Hi teachers, this is Dr. Christy at Book Bums, and I'm sharing with you lesson 10 in our progression of the Foundations for Literacy Phonics lessons for the Faith Alliance After School program. I wanted to tell you just in business side that we need to add some of these volunteer sheets in the back of that binder. So if you'll do that, please, that would be great so people can sign in today or on the day you're meeting. Now, the first thing you're going to do when kids come in, even as they're just straggling in, you can have them make their game board. The reason is we want this game to be dry before we can play it. So on the tables when they come in, you can have these Daba inks sitting on the table, maybe 3 per table or so. And you're going to have these papers out, they're cardstock, and then this little kind of the rule that goes in the center of the game board. The kids will need their glue bottles, they'll put the rule in the front of or in the middle of the game board, and then they'll use their Daba dots to go around the perimeter, just like we did with the stickers for Bossy R. Then when everybody has their game board made, you'll call them to the group area and read the purple code. We just learned about Bossy R, so you'll review that when you say purple. Just notice that the U says nothing, the R says And then when I get to this word, I say ka-at, the purple ka-at, and then say, wait, that doesn't make a word I know. It doesn't make sense. And so there's no picture clue. So if the kids get it, then they have some idea about how to spell the word coat. But what you're going to say is, here's what you need to know. When we have 2, hold up the number 2, and then say vowels, and kind of note with them that the 2 makes a V with your finger. When we have 2 vowels together, the first one, then you point to your mouth and say, says its name. When we have 2 vowels together, the first one says its name. And then you're going to read the book, go all the way through, buzz through quickly because it's long. But I chose a long one because I wanted to have lots and lots of words from this book or from our featured book to use to hang in the hallway. So before the kids come, you'll hang these words around the room or in the hallway, wherever you are. And you're going to tell the kids, I'm going to give you a really sophisticated 2-vowel finder. It's a high-tech piece. And what you're going to do is take it from a straight old piece of pipe cleaner, make it into a rainbow. It's kind of skinny. And then you say, you're going to use this to help you spot 2 vowels together. So you might start like this and demonstrate before you get started and say, all right, tell me when I get to 2 vowels together. There we are. So then you're going to have them start on the left and make the sounds e, t, meet. So then they come up to the next word and you tell them to spot the 2 vowels. There they are. Make the sounds from left to right, knowing that when you have 2 vowels together, the first one says its name. So they're going to decode using their 2-vowel finder up and down the hallway or around the room. Then they're going to come back to their tables and they can set their 2-vowel finder away because we're going to do a different way. So this time you're going to say, all right, what I want you to do is use your green crayon. Can you guess why we're using green? Yeah, it has 2 vowels together where the first one says its name. So you're going to say, all right, find the 2 vowels that are side by side, make the rainbow from the second one to the first one. The first one says its name. So now we go I, d, cried. And the next one, tell me when I get to the 2 vowels together. There they are. The E tells the O to say your name. So t, ip, t, O's. And you have them continue all through this page. Now, if you have 3 kids for 1 volunteer, one does 1 column, the other does another, and the other does another. And the teacher just has to look and say, yes, that's it. What does it say? Yes, that's right. Good job. Keep going. Now, hopefully by that time, these game boards are dry because now it's time to play the game. I'm going to have them put their crayon away, and then it's time to set up for the game. This is a little cumbersome, kind of like the Bossy R. Works much easier with one-on-one tutoring, but it's manageable with a group too. So in this game, like the Bossy R game, the kids have to earn the right to roll. So they put their mover there. They have their die sitting, let's say, on the rule section of the game board, and they're going to reach in their baggie and pull out a word. So let's just say I reach in and pull out this one. And so what I have to do is put my fingers under, knowing what I know about how words work. I would say, oh, I know AR says R, arg. I see 2 vowels together. The U's gonna say its name. So I'll go arg, you, argue. Now here's the really good part. This is what makes foundations just so so efficient and effective is you say to the kids, all right, which vowel said its name? A, E, I, O, or U? You're going to put them vertically today because they don't fit horizontally. And once they have decoded the word and placed it under the vowel that's saying its name, now they've earned the right to roll. So they roll their die, move their mover, and the goal is to get around the game board twice. If they can go more than that, that's great. So after they've rolled their die, they've moved their mover, you can get another word. They reach in their baggies, pull out another word. They notice where the two vowels together are. They make the sounds k, that I is going to say its name. They can use their two vowel finder if they want. They can use their pencil if they want to remind themselves for at least for just a few of the words. We don't want them to do it for all of them. But then they say k, I, crier. And you can give them a sentence. Yeah, like I'm not much of a crier, or I'm a real crier. Then they place it under the vowel that's saying its name. So you're going to continue that way until they have 2 or 3 or 4 words under each one. You kind of want them to skip around in the baggie so they don't all have the same vowels saying their names. So we want to get good sampling for each vowel. And I would let them play until most students have at least 1 or 2 cards under each vowel. So after they finish that, they finish playing the game, they've read lots and lots of words, they get a whole baggie that's chock full of words featuring the two vowels together rule. You're going to have them put all of this away, put their word cards away. Oh shoot, no, before you put them away, sorry, I did this last time I recorded it. So before you put them away, you're going to say, all right, boys and girls, I need you to look up at me. They're going to still be at their tables with their words spread out underneath the two vowel finder. And you're going to say, I want you to look at all the words under A, all the words you have. Would you tell me, please, which vowel tells the A to say its name? And so hopefully they'll have a couple like this. And you say, okay, look at all your words under A. What two vowels were together when the A said A? And the kids should say, AI, AI. And you say, yes, A, I. And that you have them take their pencil and write it on their two vowel finder tent. Okay? Now, that's all. Their AI is the only way. We're not talking about AY and EY yet, but AI is the primary way A says its name with the two vowels together rule. Then, when you're finished with A, then you're going to go to ask the boys and girls, okay, when you look under the E, what vowel tells E to say its name? And the kids will say, EA, EA, or maybe they'll shout out EE, and you're right. You'd say, you're right. EA and EE are the two primary ways E says its name with two vowels together. And you have them write with their pencils, EA and EE. And you're going to continue in that way. Same way with this. You'd say, how did I say its name? Which vowel told I to say its name? And they'll say IE, and that's the primary way I says its name. And then for O, you're going to say, boys and girls, how did O say its name? What two vowels were together when O said its name? And they'll say OE and OA. It doesn't matter the order. And then for U, you'll say, boys and girls, look at your word cards now. Under U, which two vowels were together where the first one said where the U said its name? And they'll say UE and UI. And then you have them put all their word cards away. And you say, now, when you say the rule, when you have two vowels together, the first one says its name, it's not any old vowel. For A, it's almost always AI. For E, it's almost always EE or EA. And you continue in that way, making it very clear how this rule works. So then they can tidy up all these things, put all of it, stack attack somewhere on their tables, and then you're gonna play a board game. And they can use their pencils with this to draw the arrows like I was showing. These are a little more sophisticated words. There are also things like magic ease within words. Sometimes there are two vowels together within one word. The review of OW saying ow and O, magic E. So there are lots of things happening there that they've already learned, and they will have to use all they know to decode the words on the game board. Then it's time for us to move to spelling. So then you can say, scholars, how did A say its name? What two letters made A say its name? And you could say AI, then do the same thing here. And then when it's time to spell, you'll give them a word like sweet. and you'll say, all right, boys and girls, there are only 2 ways we've listed here to make the E say its name. So let's write S-W-E. What do you think? Is it E-E or E-A? Here's the thing, teachers are always asking, how can I get them to memorize, or how can I get them to remember the spellings? What happens is enough work like this, and they will say, that doesn't look right, I'm going to try the other way. This is the magic of orthographic mapping. So you give them the word, you say, which one do you think, E-E or E-A? Give them a chance to try it, and that's why we always provide erasers. They say, yeah, that looks right to me, I think that's it. Or no, I don't think that's it, I'm going to erase the E and change it to an A, or whatever works for that word. And then you confirm by writing the word on the on the whiteboard, so they can confirm, yes, mine is right, or no, it's not right, so I need to make a change. And remember, just remind them, it doesn't matter if you got it wrong. Knowing that, ooh, I missed that. So the next time I will better remember. So whether you get it right or get it wrong, you're still learning, and nothing's stuck on your paper wrong. We always correct to make it right. If you have time, you can do these fluency, reading the words in a sentence. You can even do a dictated sentence if you have time. I almost never have time in these sessions. The snack for today is oatmeal cream pies, and I want you to show them that OA says O, EA says E, IE says E, and they used a different spelling, a magic E spelling for cream here. I'm sure that was copyright or something, I don't know. But then you can show on the back or on the whiteboard or something that cream is usually spelled EA, another 2 vowels together. I have handwriting paper if you have time to practice the letters, and this is something you can either do this week or next. Just have them point the finger. What sound for A? E, I, O, U, ch, or th, sh. Magic E tells a vowel to say your name. 2 O's say oo or AR says R, OW says ow or O, OU says ow, OR says or, AW and AU say aw, Bossy R just says and when you have 2 vowels together, the first one says its name. That's it for this week. Thank you. Bye.